morning, good afternoon, good night. This your boy Nonsense Nap here, coming today to bring you another movie review. And this time it's on the film Us. Now, if you haven't watched this film yet, I don't recommend checking this review out because I will be spoiling a tad bit. But if you're not too worried about spoilers, then keep watching. But I do recommend you going to the theaters to watch this film because it's a good movie. If you're not too familiar with Jordan Peele, he did direct and produce this film, just like he did in his directorial debut of Get Out. That movie was very successful. In the year 2017, it was the top 10 grossing film of that year, I believe, bringing in about $124 million net. So that was pretty good on a $4.5 million budget. I would say that's pretty good. But he did a good job in Get Out, and he does just as good in this movie, Us. This film is starring Lupita Nyong'o as Adelaide Wilson, and also starring Winston Duke as her husband, Gabe Wilson. Their children, Zora Wilson is played by Sade Wright Joseph, or Shahade, I believe, Wright Joseph. And Jason Wilson is being played by Evan Alex. Now, in this particular film, essentially you have a family of four heading to Santa Cruz to spend their summer vacation at a beach home. And Adelaide Wilson, again played by Lupita Nyong'o, is haunted from her past. She feels like there's a dark cloud hanging over the family, that she thinks something bad is really going to happen to them while they're here. And that paranoia only heightens when her son Jason gets lost at the beach. So they head home early, go back to the beach home, and once getting there, essentially she reveals to her husband that her dark past that she's had for so long. She tells her husband that when she was here previously, she got lost. She went to the house of mirrors that was on that beach, excuse me, and she saw the reflection of herself. And he kind of laughed and joked about it, like, okay, you saw a reflection, you're looking in mirrors. And she was like, no, like, I saw someone that looked just like me that wasn't me, and he didn't really believe her too much. But at that moment in time, their son Jason essentially yells out that there's a family standing outside their door. So these intruders, these assailants, essentially come in, and they force their way in, pretty much scare the family into the living room. And in doing so, you get to see the revelation of who these intruders are. And once you see that it's the family itself, it kind of resonates a little bit more for Gabe, like, well, who are you? And to be told from Adelaide's reflection, and her name is Red, she thus tells them, well, we're Americans, so that's where the story kind of like really picks up and takes off. And I gotta say, like, it's a lot of, just kind of like in Get Out, it's a lot of hints towards sense of racism. You could say gentrification as well. I feel like it's heavily implied and shown of classism in here. But it's a lot of dualities in this film that you can take. You could take. It's a lot of dualities in this film that you can see. Excuse me. So it's very good. It's sheds a light on a lot of different things, and just the start of the movie itself, knowing what Hands Across the Americas was, and to see how that played, in the outcome of this film as well. And just the reasoning of what it was about, celebrities coming together, just people in general trying to come together to stop a lot of hunger and poverty that was going on in America. And it wasn't a success, as far as like them trying to do that, but in this particular film, they made it a success. So it's just the irony in that. But yeah, it's a really solid film. I don't want to spoil right now. I'll spoil towards the end. But as far as like watching this movie, I know a lot of I guess like the highest ranking people that rate films and stuff like that gave Us a B-. I'm giving it an A. I honestly think it was worthy of an A. Did a very, very good job in this particular movie. The score, the soundtrack in here was very good. I got 5 on it. even then Gabe was saying to his son Jason, like, well, Jason asked, like, what does I got 5 on to mean? And the daughter said, well, it's about drugs. He's like, no, it's not about drugs, and just kind of like showing like he doesn't want them to think about that, but why not? Because you essentially now, you're creating a negative here about a song, and it's just like, but you don't want to think like that. So, again, like you see a lot of those, messages throughout the film just kind of like showing up here and there. So, but it just kind of like encompasses the whole aspect of what the film was about. But again, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I saw it a couple times, and I recommend, if you haven't seen it yet, definitely go to theaters to watch this film. Take your family and your friends, because it'll leave you discussing some things after, like, well, what did you think about this? And, did you realize this? And, is it really this, or could it be something else? So kind of the same way Get Out left you thinking and wondering. Jordan Peele's universe with having Get Out and Us in it is definitely coming together, and I appreciate all of it. So that's it for this portion of the movie review, and now I'll kind of go into more of the spoilers. So if you don't want to get spoiled, stop here. Again, check the movie out. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought down below. But if you don't mind being spoiled, about to get right into it. So, what did y'all think? What did you guys think about Red? Red being the original Adelaide Wilson. And before I get to that, excuse me, I just want to give a huge shout out to Lupita Nyong'o. Because you did an amazing job. You played the hell out of both of these roles. You deserve all accolades, praise, awards for that role. Same as everybody else in this film, definitely Jordan Peele. But man, oh man, when I say that you did a hell of a job, my goodness, I honestly went back just to watch you on the film, because it just, seeing you play both of those characters and just seeing like how they both just resonated on screen, just came out, and just, when Red got on there, you had to watch Red. You had to see what she was going to do. And then it transitioned like, oh shoot, what's Adelaide about to do? Just the characterization growth from both characters in this film in such a short time was dope alone. But again, Lupita, you did an amazing job. Just an extraordinary job playing both of these roles. And I know she got some flack for the whole voice thing, but in all honesty, she shed light on information that people weren't aware about. So, well, I'm not, not everybody, but some people weren't aware about. So I wasn't aware that was a disease. Now I'm gonna look into it, see, what the disease is all about, see if there's funding for the disease, try to help out about it, But other people kind of felt a certain type of way, and she apologized. But I mean, I felt like with her even having the continuity or the thought process to even consider doing something like that, I think that was pretty special and dope. But not everybody looks at things in such a positive way. So with her apologizing, kudos to her. But in all honesty, I don't feel like she really had to. But I appreciate her shedding light on the situation that not too many people were aware about. So again, kudos to you, Lupita. You did an amazing job in this film, and much blessings and success in all your endeavors. But going into the spoilers of that again, what did you guys think about that? What did y'all think as far as like seeing Red as Adelaide? Like, did you know that was going to happen at the start of the film, in the middle of the film, or was it just like a big reveal when it happened? And did y'all expect Red to die? Because personally, for me, I'm like, well, shoot, I want Red to win now. I mean, it would be nice if both can survive, but on some Highlander, there can be only one. It can only be one. So I wanted Red to win. I'm not gonna hold you. I wanted Red to win, and when she did, I was just like, dang, it kind of made me feel a certain type of way, because it was just like the original got beat by the copy, and I'm just like, dang, man, that's messed up. But yeah, just what are y'all thoughts? Did y'all just, did y'all think that was going to happen? Did y'all think that Red was going to win? Did you think Gabe was gonna die because he should have got in that water. Personally for me, I mean, I like the fact that he hit his head on there and the blades cut old boy up. But do y'all think Abraham is still alive? Or is he's floating in the water somewhere? Just do you think he's still alive, or is he officially done? Because they was giving the body counts, and Adelaide was winning, So, but yeah, and for me, I've seen a lot of theories about Jason being a tethered. And personally, I really think that's the case. Because you see in certain parts of this film where he's been shown to be different than what he was last year. He can't remember the magic trick. He's snapping off beat like his mom. He's shown to be digging tunnels as opposed to sandcastles. When he was locked in the closet with his tethered, the actual tether was screaming out in the closet, and for Adelaide to say, well, that's yours, to me that would mean that would be the original, like that would be the real one, like that's yours, like, well, that would make her the real one. But I don't know, I feel like it just made a little sense that for him to be the copy. But if not, it's cool too. But I just like the direction of where Jordan's going in this universe and what he's actually doing in this. Because even then, like with just the name Pluto itself for the sun, like that's supposed to be a representation of Hades. And that ties into the two twins that was in this film, played by Becca Tyler and Lindsay Tyler, like Nyx and Io or Io. I believe Nyx was an assistant of Hades, and Io is supposed to be, because it kind of like coincides like Greek mythology. Io is supposed to be Jupiter's moon and affiliated with Zeus, I believe, a lover of Zeus, but then got turned into a cow. Random, But it's just seeing like how he tied in Greek mythology with this. And that was like some stuff that was in Get Out. And then you obviously got, Christianity, as far as like biblical references. And that was both in Get Out and this movie, Jeremiah 11:11. And in Get Out, there was some biblical references in that as well. But you got Abraham and Gabe, Gabe being short for Gabriel. So, it's, I honestly like just the negative and positive reflection in this. And for me, I'm a big fan of Joker. I know not a lot of people like Joker, I guess, for whatever reason, but he's one of my favorite villains. But he always kind of expressed like, we're a lot alike, Batman. And Batman never wanted to admit it, But it's like, without you, there's no me. Without me, there's no you. It's us. And I feel like that's what this film definitely showcased and brought about as well, too. Just showing the fact that, again, we're like kind of touching base on racism, gentrification, and classism. It showed the fact that we need each other. We need us to make it, because if not, then there's going to be a divide. And that's why I feel like, the scissors kind of come into place, because even though, it's a symmetrical, being like scissors, you cut to divide, but in this particular case, the scissors also, with just coming together, you don't have to cut anything, using that as a weapon to, cause rift and divide in this film was really huge, and I like that. But, when they meet together and come together, it's united, it's unification. It's no longer a divide there, it's no longer a separation. It's just coming together. In certain parts, you may separate and do your own thing, but we both need to come together and combine ourselves to understand that without you, there's no me. Without me, there's no you. So it's us in this world, And I like that. I really appreciated that, because you get a lot of hints throughout this film as far as with classism and showing like, the superiority in this. Because at one point, everybody's power was out except for the Tylers. They had a backup generator, for their home. And the way their home just looked compared to everybody else's. And, they having, I think it was like an Amazon Echo in there or whatever it was. You know, when she the mom called out to call the police, and it was like, fuck the police, you know. So it was just a great movie, but at the same time just showing that, you know, a lot of things in this film and bringing and shedding light to a lot of things in this film, I just appreciate it. And again, like, it just leaves you talking and questioning and, you know, hitting on topics that you may not talk about in your day-to-day that I would hope that you would now after watching that film. So essentially you then can now be the solution to the problem, you know. So as opposed to just focusing on the problem and talking about the problem, well, what are some things that we can do with shedding light to this information to help and to mend and to bring together, you know, no longer causing that separation with the scissors, but closing it so this way we can be unified and work together as one. So that's all I got for today. Again, you know, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below what you guys thought about the film. You know, what are some things that you just weren't aware about in the film, and do you think Jason is really a tethered or not? And do you think it could be not a sequel to Us, but possibly a prequel to Us? And does it tie in to Get Out? So I got to go back and watch Get Out to see what's up with these rabbits. I heard there was rabbits in there and I missed it, so I got to go back and watch that to see maybe that's what the reference was as far as like for Us. So you know, and again, let me know down below what you guys thought. Always remember, you know, this channel is gonna bring you content where the truth, the lies, show discernment to know if it's fact, but it's always fact because it's coming from nonsense now. You feel me? Be safe out there. Peace.